Thank you. And आज ना शिवो ने बोला कि get many of your tarot decks. So I feel like I'm sitting with all my masters. Normally I have like a couple of them which I'm currently using. पर आज मैं इतने सारे लेके बैठी हूँ ना. आप लोग भी सब हो और I'm feeling like I'm sitting with so many masters from ages, through all the tarot decks. Or be excitement. See, this is how I keep them in a potpourri.
Wow, it's so beautiful.
So I actually,
some nice one when we meet, I'll give.
Oh wow. That is like the best. I and then I felt that every tarot card wanted to go into their own house. So this one, this particular one was a Rider-Waite which I used to use. So मेरे डैड ने ना मुझे सैफरॉन का डब्बा भी दिया था उसके लिए कि तो मैं ऐसे
you can tell me I can customize it for you how you want.
I used to like the best. जो मुझे बेस्ट कपड़े मिलते थे ना उससे मोर देन मेरे लिए सिलवाने के लिए मैं टेरो के बैग्स बनाती थी. I would go to the दर्जी is like ये क्या है?
The bags are really cute. Mansi,
actually अभी तो like my husband is sitting in my room, meeting चल रहा है, otherwise I would have showed you. मस्त बना है. I'll send you the pics first जो मैंने बनाए. कुछ भी है तो मस्त वाला बना है.
Like my designer would be like because I love chanya cholis na, he'll be like I'll make you chanya choli. I was like iska na tum tarot bag bana do mere liye. So I have all the all the hand embroidered and alag, depending on the mood of the tarot.
So Mansi, do you have more chanya cholis or do you have more of these? Trick question.
ये किसने पूछा है?
It's Vyoma. Who do you think? Who else do you think would ask you that question?
So Vyoma is my Mausi's daughter, and and so Vyoma, you take a guess.
No, I don't want to guess. It'll
these were a few that I made for my.
Okay.
Oh wow! Oh, it's nice.
These I had made for my stall. And these like anything and everything you'll find. Like ये fleece का है. So and this is like the brocade material. So if you tell me like मेरे पास तो मतलब मैं तो ना वो टेलर के पास वो जो कपड़े बचे हुए रहते ना उसमें से ढूंढ के उठा के लाती थी.
शीतल, really it's very nice माँ. इतने खूबसूरत है ये सारे. बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है.
Thank you.
हम लोगों को कैसे भी चाहिए.
Yeah, sure.
तो शीतल को हम अभी स्पेशल ये एक सेशन रहेगा कि where everyone will tell शीतल की उनकी क्या पर्सनालिटी है, उनका क्या ये है, and then we will
accordingly उसका color
gift also to Sheetal in exchange, because I feel that tarot is an exchange na, so we'll also give Sheetal something, and we'll have Sheetal depending on our unique potential and our cards. We'll have Sheetal will be our in-home designer. I'm sure that even our stars don't have a personal designer for their tarot cards in there. Okay, so there are so many new people. We have, if you all have introduced someone, please.
Mansi, Nandini is my daughter.
Nandini, where is Nandini?
And Juhi is my niece.
Oh, they are on, on the second list. Hi, Juhi. Hi, Nandini. Can I see you? Are you all around? Oh, I see Juhi. Hello. Hi, Juhi. Oh, hi, Nandini. Hi. Nandini, we love your father.
I love him too.
He has such a energy about him. Like yesterday only we picked up a card of Garuda for him. And we talked about how he has, and you have to tell me if it's right, that even in the most challenging situation, he can keep his nerves.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
Garudji came to bless him. And Juhi, hi. Is Juhi the niece that you were talking about? Vivek ji,
Yes.
oh, okay. Hi, Juhi. And then Nirmala. Hi, Nirmala. In fact, I think you were the first person to join.
Yes.
Hello,
Hi,
ma'am.
Richa.
Nirmala is my friend.
Okay, okay. And is Richa saying something or it's background noise? Hi, Usha. Usha is also. Hi, Usha.
Hello, dear. It's
She is
nice to
also
have
my
you all.
friend.
Okay.
Hi, कैसे हो?
मैं ठीक हूँ, आप कैसे हो?
बढ़िया, फर्स्ट क्लास. बस ठंडी के मजे ले रहे हैं.
Good, good.
It's just because of you I joined this group.
Thank you, thank you.
Manisha, there seem to be many more. Maybe you might be knowing them. There is Charus, Shikha, Meena, Rekha.
Yeah. Hi,
Hello.
Mansi. This is Jaya here. I'm sorry I
Oh.
missed. You had taken my name earlier.
Oh, hi, Jaya.
Hi. My friend Suchishmita,
Yes.
sent me the link.
Absolutely. And she told me that she is going to be at a conference that I should take special care of her people. So if there's anyone, so welcome, Jaya. Is there anyone
you so
else who's
much.
come through Suchi? How do you know her, Suchi? How do you know Suchi?
Suchi's been with me in college. So it's like a very long association. But then we've hardly met after I got married.
Oh, okay, okay. I hope y'all connect again and
Yes.
in a
Thank you
deeper
so
way. So Rashi is Jen is Sheetalji's. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
my friend. Yeah.
Okay, introduce. Where is Rashi?
Rashi, though
Because
she,
we have two Rashis, no? We have two
Yeah,
Rashis.
yeah, she's from my one of my spiritual classes. तो उनकी मामी भी करती है बोले tarot and all. Then I said there's one this session, then you can attend. So I just made her to. And she sometimes my Adda session also she had attended. She had written.
I
for
remember the name because I had confused her first with Rashi. From Gone to Life. So
yeah.
awesome. And then hi Shilpa. Shilpa is my friend from Thana, from when we were in college. So lovely.
Hi,
to see you.
Mansi. કેમ છે મજામાં?
એકદમ થી.
We have so many secrets. I'm not going to reveal you. Let the tarot
There
say
are
whatever.
more to tell.
Yeah.
મોઢું તો દેખાડો.
I will. I'm just
Okay.
having my dinner. I'll put on the
Okay,
camera
okay.
sometime.
And then we have Dr. Sunita. Pranam, Dr. Sunita.
Hi, Pranam Mansi. So nice to connect with you.
So, I mean, how so lovely. I mean, this is a rare medical doctor who is also very, very spiritual and very, very intuitive and I just love how you all live in two different worlds and you bring them together. It's lovely. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you, Mansi.
And we have Pushpa, Monica. So we'll get started in a couple of minutes.
Welcome, Charu.
And this is going to be a very hi Charu.
She's Taru's sister.
Acha. Okay. I get to meet.
You have shown that potli bag for the tarot. I will also make one potli bag for myself.
Acha, I am so glad.
You should. The tarot cards, and I am also doing that concept. I really like it.
Yeah, because yes, that's really. I'm so glad.
So creative.
Thank you. So we'll start in another minute, and I just want to say that the session is going to be very interactive. We'll have some people who want to share their experiences with me, and we will also have, I'll also be taking questions as we move along. So Neelam, will you start in a minute or at exactly?
Yeah. Actually, everyone was too engrossed in talking. I said I should not interfere in between. So, hello everyone, a warm welcome to all of you. And you all must have seen how friendly and how spirited she is. But I would like to formally introduce Mansi here. So, Mansi Bhagdeo. Mansi is the co creator of Quanto Life, a unique spiritual path for accelerated human evolution in current chaotic times. The joy of Mansi's life is discovering and nurturing the heroic potential in kids and adults alike. As a guide on their hero's journey, Mansi's heart holds them in uncovering and resolution of their hidden subconscious patterns and conditionings through her powerful channeling, astrology, tarot, and mythology, and then integrating them in a cohesive community. She has a gift of diving deep into the vibrational fields of mythology, drawing their essence and making them relevant in contemporary times. She has the blessing of seeing the beauty and divine in people, even in the most challenging life situations. And that inspires people around her. She has a master's in chemistry from Virginia Tech and a postgraduate teaching license from George Mason University. She has taught high school chemistry, including international baccalaureate courses. She currently lives in the beautiful valley of San Marcos in California. So, this is her formal introduction, and this introduction will be incomplete if I don't share what I feel about her. So if you are joining here and if you join her tarot course, it's not only for the tarot course. You will be getting a friend for life. Mark my words, you're gonna get a friend for life. Anytime, any situation, any problem, small, big, tall, short. One person who's always available for you is Mansi. With such a warm heart and a beautiful soul, she's always available for everyone. Sometimes I feel Mansi tum sote kab ho? I mean, always available for everyone. How is it just possible for a normal human being? And that's what my introduction is about, Mansi. So a lot of gratitude from my side, Mansi. And over to you with a big round of applause. Now I want you all to welcome formally Mansi here. Over to you, Mansi.
Neelam, uh, I, I really pray that I can be the person y'all see in me, and
Already
that is
are.
really, that
Yes,
is
we
really what
already
inspires
are.
me in my
Yeah.
journey. That is really what inspires me in my journey. I will start by bowing down to the quantum vibrational field. My dad, Dadu, who is in spirit now, and Shivu, my guru. And I welcome all of you. So I want to start with, I have shared in the videos that my love affair with tarot started, 17 years ago, and it was love at the first sight. And I talk about that, but I want to share why this course has come into being. Because a lot of people have told me to start, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it when we have, when it comes up. And I only realized yesterday that how the tarot course came about. And this happened in November. We were doing a course called Money Wisdom. And in that moment, I was channeling Rudra. And Rudra he is in the Sacred India Tarot deck. He is the card 0. He's the wild card or the joker of the plain deck we know. And I have been channeling Rudra in a program we used to call Deva Magic. And since then, there were other core members who have channeled Rudra. There is Atan who channels Rudra for Deva for DYC program we have. And then everyone doing a spectacular job, and I'm so proud to say way more better than me. Okay. However, the feeling of experiencing Rudra in your body is just, it is something, it is just priceless. It is like the most, like when the Deva Devis, they come into you, when the masters come into you, that is just priceless. And I can hear from the greatest masters or from people telling me the wisest thing, but that experience of me doing it, and it's not even me doing it, of them entering me and that energy flowing, that I felt that was so divine. And I felt that, if I have my child, maybe Shreya Ghoshal and Lata Mangeshkar and all these classical musicians can say my son's name better. But I want to say my son's name through my own lips. I want to say that. And so, in that moment, I told Rudradev that, please, I want you to enter everybody. And I remember, and we were doing the channeling. I was giving people messages, and I was like, please. And then Vivek ji is here. Vivek ji, can I see you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so Vivek ji is here. Vivek ji, do you mind if I share the...
Yeah, please share, no problem.
So Vivek ji is someone who's going through a intense journey through cancer. And in that moment, I felt Rudra say that this is the moment. And I asked everyone to channel Rudra. And there were so many people there. There was Shivo, there's Natika, there was Manisha, there was Suchi. Suchi was there, and Suchi had amazing experience. There were many, I think there are many in this space where, and we all connected so deeply to Vivek ji. Literally, there was healing passing through all of us. Rudra was entering us, and in that moment, I felt that desire that everyone do this, everyone be able to do. Tarot is the most sahaj way, because I wanted everyone to be a channel. I wanted everyone to experience. I just don't want to give readings. I want people to experience what happens. You pick a card, the Shakti flows through you. How does it clear the blocks in your body? And I think in that, the universe was like, okay, you know what? You have the adhikar to do this program because you really want to make them the channels of Tarot. So maybe that the universe was like, okay, let's give her a chance and let's create this for her. And I feel so blessed, that they have given me this chance to do this course. And that is how it has come to be. So thank you so much, Vivek. And thank you to everyone in the Money Wisdom program and for really channeling this course. And I know that if this course is happening, there are many others whom I don't even know. They have wanted it to come in this format. And when you have come, you bring your own guides to this course. If one person does not join, then the course is going to be slightly different. If one person joins, the course becomes slightly different. Your energy will, of course, it is my energy, it is what the universe wants, but you all will also contribute to how the course is going to shape. So please keep the questions flowing. So Rashi has asked me, what were the changes it brought in my life? So it has deepened my relationship with life in every which way. I will share a very personal experience where when my child was in my womb, in the 5th month, I realized he had an issue with the heart. So he had an issue with heart, and I wanted to know. See, there were many options given to me at that point when we knew that there was something, the issue with his heart. And one of the things is I used tarot to communicate with my child who was not. Rajuji, can I please ask? Thank you so much, Rajuji. So I would interact with my unborn child, and even after he started speaking only when he was 3.5, and that is one of the ways I've communicated with him. For everything. I remember I was in my for my postgraduate masters in teaching. everyone was mostly an art student or this, they were going into education, psychology. And we had an interview for that, where there would be 50 people and one by one they would ask questions and there would be a discussion. And I felt that what is going to happen to me? And I asked the tarot cards that, what do I need to be, right, today? And again, I got the guidance that, okay, this is, I got the card of the star, and I felt that I really, I had to channel, I realized what I had to channel, what I had to be, and it gave me so much energy. And I remember after we finished the interview, there were 50 people, and this was for an educational course. This was for a postmaster's course. And then I went to Barnes and Noble's, the bookshop, and there I had one of those people who interviewed us, and she said that, you know, whatever you said really touched me. So there have been so many ways. Today, I picked up a card right now on what this course is going to be. And I don't know if you can see that. Do you see that right now? You'll see it, or is the light shining? Do you see the card?
Yes, we can.
Yes, Mansi.
This is Ace of Pentacles. And you can see that this is, well, you may not be able to see who it is, but it is a mother birthing a child. And this is actually the mother of Buddha who's birthing. Okay. So my approach today, because I asked the tarot, what do you want me to say? And the approach that I got was, and the approach that came to me was that something is going to be birthed, something is going to be born, and something very practical. So there is the energy of a new beginning, there's an energy of birthing, and yet we will try to stay as practical as we can on what are the implications of it. So I hope that answers your question, Rashi. And I can keep going on because it has formed so much. I think Shivu will share that it has been a huge, it has even formed the organization of Quantum Life in a way. It has also played a small part in that. My husband is a scientist. He has also learned to interpret, and he's a director of engineering at a startup which recently was awarded one of the top 100 science and engineering companies and products in the world. So even him, when there is a problem, you know, he also asks me, and I'll tell him that, okay, you know, interpret, and he has also learned over the years. So I feel that everyone can learn. Thank you, Charu. So, and so keep the questions flowing. If you've asked in the chat, you're welcome. In the group, you're welcome to ask that again. I would like to invite sharing. By the way, I see Abhay. May I know which Abhay this is?
Hi, Mansi, it's me.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Abhay. So this
How are
is,
you?
oh my gosh, I'm so this is.
Let me put on the video.
Wow, so
Yeah.
this is Pandit, I shouldn't say Abhay. This is Pandit Abhay Sapuri. And he is a varis of a Sufi Shiva, a classical music tradition from Kashmir. He is a prodigy. He is literally a prodigy. His grandfather is referred to as the father of classical music in Kashmir. And every classical musician in Kashmir is either is either a direct disciple or indirect disciple of his grandfather. And I remember after I talked to Abhay for the first time, I immediately called up Shivu and I told him that this is a Dev Purush, because that is how I see it. So thank you so much, Abhay, for joining us today.
Thank you. Actually, Shivu messaged me about today's session and really wanted me to be here. So I thought I'd be here. Yeah. Really nice to see you here. Yeah.
You know, Abhay, there are like tarot is like Shakti. So it has lent itself to so many different disciplines, like astrology has become a part of tarot. There have been so many sciences, Tantra, there is, we have the Sacred India Tarot, which has the Devas and Devis. And I feel that the I think and then we have the goddesses. You have the Celtic, you have the mythology, and they all become part of tarot. There is Native American medicine. I feel classical music has, we haven't really gotten that, and maybe that will also happen someday, because I'm
Sure.
sure every card has its own music.
I'm sure.
And even though tarot is a very visual thing, when you go inside, you do hear, and I'm sure it has its own unique sound. Just like sometimes when I look at a horoscope and astrology, I feel it sings to me. When I look at stars, I feel
Mansi,
like
I was
Yeah,
just
Shiv.
getting inspiration. We should have a tarot deck with 78 ragas
Ooh.
and take out a tarot card. This is a raga, and that raga solves
See, I
something
told
about
you
that.
there is new birthing, guys. I told you in the beginning there is going to be new birthing in this session. So, Shivo, that is amazing. And it could come with a CD where we are actually, it would greatly enhance, because it is like tarot is like a portal through which you're going, and it's a visual portal. And if you bring in this, this sound, wow. What do you think of it?
I know very much possible. See, if we talk about music, the sound is everywhere. So be it a responsive piece of thing on this planet, which basically means a human being, any living thing which can respond to things, or even objects which don't have the life in it as such, but it's all basically sound. And as sound is defined, the nad yoga is defined, so it's everywhere, and that is the absolute energy that we talk about. So yeah, why not? We can have music
So,
connected to it.
So Abhay, since you were talking, so everyone knows that raga, yes, Charu, every card has its own frequency. And, everyone knows that ragas are extremely technical. They have all these meters and parameters. And forgive me because I'm not musically qualified at all. But I know that it is extremely technically difficult. And there was a raga that descended um, on Abhay, and that was the Ma Kali. That was one of the ragas that descended on him, right? Abhay? This is the Ma Kali card,
Yeah.
and this is the card of utter complete transformation. That is almost like death in tarot. So it made me think about that. Made me think about you, and I wonder if we combine the energies of the invocation and your raga, it would really get, I think it would deepen. Shiva, what do you think? And Abhayji, I would really invite you that with our Quanto group, or, please do invoke through sound Ma Kali, and we will join in. I really hope we can do that.
Certainly. But what, today or some other session?
Shiva, some other session, or today we can, what do you say?
Sorry, Mansi. Yeah. I dropped out. Yeah, I'm back.
Shiva,
Yeah, so
I was
we
just
are.
about Kali, Ma Kali to Abhayji, and
I
that
heard that.
raga.
Yeah.
So,
So
shall
yeah,
we?
so yeah, we are already experimenting, and we definitely want to. Every raga has a transformational and creative potential, and every raga vibration exists in the whole space, everywhere, and you can connect, and they become part of your aura. So listening to ragas is a very creative experience. Something will get created in your life. Uh, I would love Abhay to listen to the experiences of Quantos who went to Tansen Festival this time. Uh, Abhay, you will be amazed the kind of experiences they had. Some of them had a series of their past lives coming in front of them. Some of them were smelling sandalwood everywhere, rose everywhere, and for some of them, their issues just simply resolved. So there was some magic happening, and there is something unique we have experimented in Quanto Life on how to listen to classical music. And actually, I would love to share that with you. And I would love to see if that is included in when you are, performing, playing. It's a very, very simple thing. But if it can be included, uh, I would say that it's a very, very quick way of elevating global consciousness. There's a very, very simple step to it. Very simple. I would love to discuss that with you actually.
Yes, certainly.
Today, wow.
Yeah.
Shivu, today in the end, maybe can we, if Abhayji is still there, can we invoke Ma Kali then? If he can play? Or maybe it just needs another day and more time.
I
Or
would
we'll just
say,
see.
I would say some other day, please.
Okay, yes, okay. Definitely, Abhayji. Definitely. Thank you. So there are a couple of questions. I'll take that. So Nitika, you asked about 78 cards. So see, just like as we have the scientific method in science, where you have a series of steps where you have the aim, you have the materials, you have a hypothesis, you're setting up an experiment to conduct that, and then finally you're coming up with the data and you're drawing some conclusions, some inferences, some limitations of that. So similarly, there is a structure of tarot. Okay, and the structure of tarot is that it has 22 major arcana cards, from 0 to 21. Okay, it has 4 suits. Okay, the 4 elements, which is fire, water, earth, and air, and every suit, okay, has 14 cards. Okay, so you have 1 to 10. You have the jack, you have the king and queen, and you have one more, the knight. So this makes it 78. So you have the 22, and then you have the 14, 14, 14. So that makes it 78. Now, Philomena had asked a question, and we'll go more into detail in the course about that. What is the elemental energy? What is the number energy? All the ones have a similar energy. What is that energy? Whether it's going up, whether it's going down, whether it's plateauing, whether it is unpredictable, whether it is... So we'll talk about that. What is the essence of every suit? What is the essence of water? What is the essence of fire? What is the essence of earth? What is the essence of air? And then how do we combine? So we will learn from that perspective also. So you will not have to learn what every card... Yes, that is a deeper study, what every card means. But just right off the bat, you will know that if I bring this number and this energy of this suit together, what happens? What is the chemical reaction? What is the alchemy that happens? There are other decks where there will be bonus more cards. There is oh, hi Ashish. Lovely to see you.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, so Ashish is a student in San Diego University, master student in San Diego University. And if you have seen my poster, our families had gone together to Death Valley, and I did a tarot card reading for him, and that's when he took that picture. We made it to the poster. So lovely to see you, Ashish. And so yeah, so there are cards, there are decks where you have extra cards, bonus cards, depending on the deck. In Sacred India Tarot, you have 2 extra cards called blessings cards. You have 2 alternatives for the death card. So that's how the numbers increase. Now, Philomena had asked a question that what is oracle decks? Now, those are... they don't follow the same structure of the tarot deck. So the tarot deck with its 78 thing, there might be variations, but it does follow that structure. And oracle cards are... the similarity is that yes, there is a deck and you are getting messages from it, but it doesn't follow the structure of it. It will also give you messages, but it doesn't have the structure. Like, I feel that everything, the universe, the reality is being transmitted from everything. Even if you know how to read a grain of sand, you can pick a grain of sand, and if you know how to read it, that will tell you your reality, and that will guide you. People in your life will that guide you. Your life situations will guide you. I have even gotten guidance on one of the like a very, very deep question I had is, are there soulmates? And it was like that. It was so important at that moment for me to know that answer. I was struggling with it, and we went to the beach, and in that I saw the sun, and I saw the sun. There was the way it was like almost, it was one hole, but it was cut into two. I still have that picture. And for me, that was my realization. So everything is communicating. And tarot is one of the ways that has really appealed to me. And I've found it very sahaj for so many people to go and get guidance through tarot. Like, because it just opens a door for you. When you look at those images, it is like it is inviting you in, and you go in and you will see your life reflected. You will see other people in your life. You will see the problem. So that is how it is. So that is why tarot. So Philomena and Nitika, I hope it answers your questions.
Yes, Mansi, thank you.
Yeah. Philomena, is that?
Yes, thank you, Mansi. You have. No, what I actually asked is, what is the difference between the two? I mean, is
so
there a
it doesn't
difference?
have the structure. Yeah, so it doesn't have a structure. So it will not have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will not have the structure of major arcana. It will not have it will not have those cards. See, now if I have, this is the Sacred India Tarot deck, right? Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, this is the Sacred India Tarot deck I have, okay, which is Indian mythology and Indian Devi Devtas. Now let's see who is in here. Okay, here I have the Shining Tribe, which is based on Celtic. Okay, Celtic symbology. Now, but it follows the same structure. It has 22 major arcana. It has the 4 suits, the 4 elements, cards of the 4 elements. Now here I have a astrology deck, a 56 card deck of astrology. Okay, which is recently released. Actually, it just released this October. Now it is very much like an oracle deck. It doesn't have the structure. It has cards. It has cards from 1 to 52, but it doesn't follow. It doesn't have any major arcana. It doesn't have minor arcana. It doesn't have the different elements, right? So this is more like an oracle. Okay. This also can be used. And I will be bringing in, because when I teach tarot, like I'm going to bring in everything. So astrology will make a part of it. Everything that I know will become a part of it. So so team, please guide me when I should start taking sharings and when I should, or if I need to be doing something.
There are some questions from Manisha.
Yeah. I'm going to answer. So yeah, Preeti, thank you. The elemental connection has become very strong with Sacred India. True. So Manisha, do we need a special quality to read tarot cards? So I will explain it in 2 ways. First of all, I feel that I even have like kids, like my son sometimes, we also look at, I have an animal, Native American medicine cards, and we often use that because he understands animals, and we talk about how we have some of the instincts, and even like a 7-8-year-old can also read. The special quality, I would say, the more open you are, the more receptive you are, the more feminine you are, the messages are going to come to you. So that is one way. Okay, the messages are going to come to you. You're going to channel those messages. And for that, the more open you are. And people tell me, that what is the most important thing of a tarot card read? Okay, I ask all of you, what do you think? Every part is important of a tarot card read. But for me, the most important card is that your energy that flows, which makes you pick the card. Okay, that is what is important, because it is your own. If a person is picking, the person who has a problem, and you're picking, the answers will be different, because he is picking in the way he will understand. He might even pick his subconscious, his blocks will come more. You are sitting there as a problem solver. You want, see, my idea of tarot card reading is not if Neelam asked me ki, should I start this startup, and I get some block and I'll be like, तुम्हारा ये होने नहीं वाला है. And then I tell her 3 months later, मैंने बोला था ना कि नहीं होने वाला है. That is not my success. I do not consider my success. My success is in Neelam. This is what I'm getting. These are the blogs. This is what I feel. Do we still want to go ahead? How do we make this work? And that is, and when she does that, either she may come to the conclusion that this is not for me. Maybe I have to look for other opportunities, or she's like, no, Mansi, we got to go with it. And I have to be there with her. So this is my success. It is not like, oh, I was so accurate. Oh, dekho mera 100% accuracy hai. No, that is not my success. And that is not her success. That is not the Cosmos success. No one is winning in that. The other method is for, for people who need to study. And I feel that the more you can integrate approaches, the stronger tarot card reader. The other is a more masculine way. It is your pushart. It is your scientific temper. You find out, you learn about the symbolism. You learn about the mythologies. You learn about the people through whom deck has come. So I have personally known many people whose decks I use. I have known Rohit Arya very well, Sacred India Tarot I use. In fact, the one I recently got, Star Codes, the way it came to me was synchronicity. It got published 15 minutes away from where I live. Like, there's a very famous company called Hay House, and that is 15 minutes from where I live. There is a Gaian Tarot, which was one of the top 10 popular decks in USA. And she took 9 years to get the tarot deck out in the world. And I followed her for 9 years. And I have interacted with her. So there are so many. There is there is Rachel Pollack, who wrote this book. This is not that book. This is of her tarot card. But she wrote this book, 78 Degrees of Wisdom, which is like a cult classic. And I have had the opportunity of meeting her when I was in DC. And when she came to know, and I was the only Indian in the group, and she talked about the world card and about Ardhanarishwar. And so I think these are the two qualities, but I feel that the more we are, who we are, will influence the kind of tarot reader we are going to be. Whatever is unique about us. If you are science, I even had a chemistry deck which has all the elements, because I would look at every element and I'm like, what is their uniqueness? Now I do it with people, but this is already there. What is unique? What is unique about sodium? What is unique about, oh, it is so soft and this is what it does. And what is unique about calcium? What happens when they come together? So what is the alchemy there? Whether you call it chemistry or alchemy. So the more, whatever you are in the world and whatever you have studied deep will become a part of astrology. Sorry, of tarot. Right? Because tarot is like Shakti. It is so feminine. It is just like, okay, I will unite with you. So so Manisha, I hope that gives you a perspective.
Yeah, correct. Thank you.
So I think Rashi, I kind of answered your insight on online applications of tarot reading. So are you meaning that, sometimes I think even for Gaian Tarot, Osho Zen Tarot, you can go online and pick 3 cards and then there is some meaning. Is that what you mean, Rashi?
Mansi, she's written yes in the chat.
Yeah.
Mansi,
So
you want us to help you with the questions in case it is more easier for you?
Sure.
Yeah.
So maybe with the next question we can, Leela.
Yeah.
And you can just pick which ones are. So Rashi, I do feel that the universe is communicating in every level, in whichever way you can hear the universe is trying to communicate to you. I would say that sometimes when you are holding the card, I'm remembered about, this is a very bad example, but of Shakuni, he would only play with his dice because that is a personal relationship you have created. And, your cards are your instruments. And it's not instruments. They are just like your body is an instrument for divine. This is also a divine instrument. And the more you will connect with it, the more. So for me, the cards, I do sadhana. This is my meditation room. This is where I do sadhana. The cards also live here. When I'm doing sadhana, I'm clearing my energy. I am energizing myself. They are also. So it's a very symbiotic relationship. So with online, sometimes that personal connection is lost. So I would say this is better to do it yourself and have it, but that doesn't mean that doesn't have an importance. Okay, so but they have, they already have those explanations written, and it will give you some guidance. But I would say that getting your own deck, receiving a reading and all is a more intimate and more personalized way of receiving, a more deeper way. But I will not neglect all those. I have used it myself and I love them. I feel sometimes that's what you need, and there is always guidance there also.
Beautiful explanation, Mansi. It has opened up a door for us as well, that you should be keeping your tarot cards in your meditation room so that the clearing happens simultaneously. Awesome. So the next question is from Daljinder, wherein she says, do we have to make any special arrangements for the participation in this divine course?
I would say, the first thing is that you be here and you be completely present. That is the first thing. And it would be great to have a tarot deck, but you don't need to. You don't need to. But if you intend to get one, I would say please get one. This will be a way for you to energize the cards as we go. And I'm not going anywhere, so I'm still here. We'll keep the guest group also on and all. So there is nothing you really need but yourself. If you have a tarot deck, you can bring it. If you have an oracle deck, then it doesn't quite follow the structure. But I am sure that the way I teach you reading will come in there also. It will find its way. And I feel that there is a question that if we read one type, can we read others too? Yes, you can. And now I will say this. Okay, so for example, the first card I read was Rider Waite Tarot, which is the most popular deck in the world, and it is in my golden putli, because that's the card I used to, that is what I was introduced to in the very beginning. Now, most of the
पोटली तो दिखाओ मानसी पूरा.
पोटली शिवा आप आने के पहले उस पे हमने, शिवा आपको ये जान के खुशी होगी कि हमने एक इन हाउस क्वांटो डिजाइनर टेरो पोटली डिजाइनर भी we have found now. So Sheetal has offered, so this is my potli, and actually even the process of potli, and I was sharing before we started that I went to my designer and I was like, pick this, and the designer is like कि आपके लिए चनिया चोली बनाओ, and I was like नहीं मेरे tarot card के लिए पहले बनाओ. And I felt that every tarot deck wanted its own house and it gave it specifications like, that's who I am, and I had to go with that. I just couldn't randomly pick. So, and my father chose this for the Rider Waite because that's what I used to use the most. And he said, Mansi, you have moon energy and you need the sun energy. So he was like, this is for you. So he picked most of these for me. And the Rider Waite, I learned, and this has a lot of Christian symbology, Western symbology. And because that is where the tarot, as scholars have researched that tarot is a Western occult system where a lot of other things have gotten integrated. So once I learned to read this, and then I went to Osho Zen, which is completely different. It does follow the structure, but it's completely different symbology and all. But I could transfer. And then I learned more about the Zen, and I could bring in not only the reading of cards, but my understanding of Zen. And then now what has happened, that when I see a card, the n number of cards, I'm not going to give the number, but the n number of decks I have, the n number of mythologies I've read, the n number of my things that have come to me in meditation, they all become a part of the reading. So you start with one, you'll be able to read, and then when you learn to read that second one, then that will even make your first tarot deck reading better. So it's a very syngenous, very symbiotic, synergistic process. So yes, Neelam. Neelam, and please, there are people who want to share also. I think Mamta also wants to share.
So before that, Mansi, some people have asked about the details. So just to confirm the details again, this program is starting from 11th. So it's a 9-day course, which will start on 11th and will finish on 19th. The timings will remain from 9 to 11. and the fees is 2,700 only. I personally was asking Mansi about this because I did my Zen course, I did my riders, and then I had spent thousands and thousands of rupees. And when Mansi told us this is the fees, I said I'm jumping into it. So yeah, this is the detail. So now over to the sharings. So a lot of people have gotten the readings from Mansi here. So first, I'm the one. So Mansi, I'm taking the liberty here to share. So many a times when I felt that I needed answers, as I said that you make Mansi your friend for life. So I liberally went and asked the questions, and then I did certain courses also with her wherein I asked about the questions. So once when I was totally stuck, what should I do? How should I do things? What is the right way forward for me? I was totally frozen and stuck. And the readings she gave and the counseling she did, today I am here sitting in front of you with such a big smile on my face. And the things have started moving in my life. So this is something which I want to share personally about it. Now, who is next who wants to share about her readings?
So Neelam, I had called Mamta also if she wants to, because
yeah, sure.
If you could introduce her and she's
Yeah,
around.
sure. So is she there? First of all, we need to check that. Mamta, are you there with us?
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, hi, Mamta.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
So I want to share that Mamta has a YouTube channel for tarot reading, and she has 60,000, 67,000 subscribers. Mamta, you are amazing. Amazing.
Thank you so much. So I think before 3 years, I guess 3.5 years ago, we met, and it was the first time I met you, and since then you have such a special place in my heart. So we met through tarot, and I want to tell you, like, my journey also kind of started like you only. I had no idea what tarot is, how it works like, and all of a sudden I ordered my deck, and the next day, I don't know, the whole night I couldn't sleep. I was just looking at the cards, like, what are this? How is it possible that these has the potential to tell about me? I had no prior knowledge. And the next day I started doing readings. I don't know how it came, but it just came. And i I didn't read any books, to be very honest. I didn't took any practical knowledge. As you were speaking, that tarot is very feminine, and I could connect to that very, very deeply. I had no knowledge. I didn't know how it was working about me and how should I go about it, but I just started doing. And then through my dad, we met Quanto, and had no knowledge about it. And then I attended her course, and it was so beautiful, really, in person to meet her. First of all, I remember I came and you suddenly, like, you came and you just hugged me. So that was really sweet. And so the way the most beautiful thing I like about her is the approach towards tarot. Because nowadays what happens is बहुत सारे ऐसे readers है जो उसको ना सिर्फ मतलब prediction का एक medium बनाया है, and there are very few readers जिनको मैंने देखा है जो उसको इतना deeply spiritually connect कर पाते हैं. And I really look up to her in that way, and the connection that she has to cards and the way she explains, it really touches somewhere deep within you. And I think um, that's the right way, that's the correct way, and that's the divine way to connect to the cards. So for me, it was very, um, a different way to look at the cards. Because उससे पहले मैं अपने हिसाब से जो आता था, जैसे होता था वैसे I used to do. And after like taking her course 3.5 years back, मुझे वो चीजें सारी क्लिक होने लगी कि अच्छा मुझे ऐसे लगता था, and then she was the one to confirm it कि हाँ ऐसा है. So I'm like, I'm not crazy. ऐसा है. So yeah, and now also, like, I'm looking forward to take the course because there is so much to learn. और tarot ऐसा है कि it's like an ocean. जितना it बहुत है ही, मतलब there's no end to it. There's so much things you can include. It's very divine, and as you said, it's the most sahaj way to connect to the cosmos, and it's very true. I have found out in my life, like I remember when there was no one, tarot was there for me. And you could connect to it because when there was nobody जो हमें समझ सकता है या हम जिससे बात कर सकते हैं, and then the cards are there, so it's a different level connection. And I think yeah, I'm looking forward to join. And in my tarot journey, I'm always the one to, you always the one जिसको मैं बहुत मानती हूँ और जिसको मैं एकदम truly दिल से, you're very very close to me. So thank you.
Mamta, I have to say that I fell in love with tarot at the first sight. I also fell in love with you at the first sight. And I don't know about, like, my impression of you was that it was not about tarot. It was like the way you articulate, like, when you shared what that course, what was teaching you, and the way you were, and I was not paying attention to so much what you were telling about me, but the way, and you were like what, in college at that time, right? And the way the words
Yeah,
were
I was in
flowing
12th
through you.
standard.
You were in 12th standard, exactly. This is how young she is. And the way the words were flowing through her mouth, and I was like, ye bachchi ko to na maa Saraswati ka aashirwad, because the words were flowing. I could see that she was just, in that way she was channeling. मैंने tarot के बारे में नहीं सोचा actually, कि इसने tarot के बारे में क्या समझा है. But I was like, she is channeling. This is her uniqueness, that words flow, that she connects to something and then the words, because there are people who can connect and there are people who can talk. But the people who can talk and connect, like a magician, like people can talk and then it comes through, like Ma Saraswati, like the high priestess, that it comes through your mouth, and that is what I saw in you. And I am like beyond thrilled, and I feel honored that you would join the course again, and I am honored, really. Like, you have learned this, you have 67,000 subscribers, and I'm honored you will join it again. Thank you. Love you, baby.
Thank you. Love you.
So Neelam, can we call on Shivo, or do you want to call on him afterwards? And then I'll let you.
Yeah, sure. So let's call Shiva first. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I will surrender to you. I will become feminine.
No, actually, it's telepathy. Because when I was checking, I said I should call Shiva first. Then you immediately said it. Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, great. Over to you, Shiva, sir.
Yes. So, Mansi, what do I say? Okay, so tarot has had very important role in my life. In fact, even in creation of Quantum Life, it has a very important role. And those who are connected with Quantum Life, they know that the foundation, the roots of Quantum Life is the quantum vibrational field. And quantum vibrational field is such that, which is omnipresent, and you just call upon quantum vibrational field and you start to feel it. A lot of people feel it entering their body. A lot of people feel it around their auras. And when the quantum vibrational field is around you, then you can invoke any god, goddess. You can invoke any masters, even scientists, writers, artists, whoever. You can invoke and connect with them. And so it has led to the transformation of so many people. And there are so many issues. So many times people call upon quantum vibrational field and they experience and resolve. However, what I have to tell you that the way the quantum vibrational field descended upon me, or it got created, tarot had a very, very important role. It was possibly a cosmic design. God must have wanted that to happen, though it was extremely difficult at that point for me, where I realized that so many of the demonic entities, they started to attack. And when I try to explore that, why are they attacking? I mean, I have not harmed them, I've not challenged them or anything. Then I came to know that the principles I am giving, the sutras I am giving to the world, that actually basically digs the roots of asuric tendencies. So they're very worried that if this person keeps talking, then people will learn how to deal with asuric tendencies. So they were all out to destroy me. And that was the time tarot cards, and especially this Sacred India Tarot, it became my messenger. And that's how I connected with the Deva world. I would connect with this deck every day. And this deck would actually tell me uh, which is the god or goddess who will help me. And let me tell you, before that experience, I had not believed in gods or goddesses because I was an Osho disciple and I wouldn't care about Hanumanji or Mahakali or anyone. For me, there was only one God, Aham Brahmasmi, and I did not care for anything else. But that's the time I realized, no, these powers need to be part of our life. So I would invoke these cards every day. These cards would tell me that today which demon is actually attacking me and who can, fight with that. So what happened is, because of those demonic energies, so many of Davic forces started to come in my aura, and suddenly one day this whole cosmic play, it just exploded. It was like a chemical, it was like a nuclear reaction, and that whole thing became the quantum vibrational field. So again, my very deep gratitude to the tarot as the divine channel, especially to Sacred India Tarot. And after that, I have used these tarot cards for guidance a lot in my astrology, because in astrology you have the planetary combination, but every planetary combination can have thousands of different meanings. Now, which one to apply to that person? And so many people have the same planetary combination, but the results are different for them. So I started to use tarot for that. I would say, okay, so tarot is great tool to understand where that person is right now. So I would ask where that person is, and I will cross check that with the horoscope. Then I would get a direction of what kind of meaning I should derive for his planetary position. So I've used this a lot in my astrology readings. And the same way, I feel every counselor can use tarot cards. Every healer can use tarot cards to give pointers to their work. Thank you, Mansi.
Thank you, Shivu. Shivu is, of course, my guru, and I'm so grateful that I was able to introduce the Sacred India to him. And I feel that everyone who's my student is far greater than me, is a master in his own right. And I am only doing the small thing. I remember that before all this happened to Shivu, when I'd seen the Sacred India, I wouldn't stop talking about them. I wouldn't, like, anyone who would, like, jo bhi aata tha, that would be a bakra for it. And I remember in one day, whoever was there, I gathered and we did a tarot course for 10 hours, I think. I think people were like, 10 ghante ho gaye, tum abhi sikhana, let's eat something. But I kept on going. And I feel that, like, Shiva was such a great master, but I feel that there was something in that for him that he could integrate. And I feel all my students are going to be, I see them as masters who are experts. There is Dr. Sunita who has said she's going to join. She is a amazing surgeon running her own hospital, and she's going to bring that expertise. She's the master of that. And if she is coming to the course, her guides on how this is going to inform her will come. And every student of mine is like, as I said, is a master for me, because, and they will bring that in, they will bring that dimension in. And it's just my job is, I think, is just to share some of the enthusiasm and the love. And I think then the cosmos will take over.
Mansi, before we start with more of sharing, Abnaz has a concern. She says, so many people, will we be able to learn it? So that's her question. If you can address.
Very, very good question. Neelam, after that, take Sunday also. I don't know if she needs to go. So
yeah,
just take her.
Sure.
But yeah, Abna, so the thing is, tarot is it is Shakti, okay, where you have to bring in your awareness. So I'm going to put a lot of emphasis on increasing your awareness. It is a play of Shakti, and actually everyone joining in will add their own energy and momentum. There have been people who have asked me for one-on-one classes. There isn't energy. Like, I can teach everything I know. There is a certain number of people that is required because it is taught in a very different way. It is not that we are going to share everyone's life stories necessarily. Like, even there can be 78 students in the class. We're not going to take 78, but there can be 70 because there will be cards there will be cards which will completely reflect one person. And once you have gotten that and that person has shared that this is how my life is, you will never forget what that card means. You will never forget the energy, that vibration will become a part of you. Like Neelam here, she is like the queen of water. She's like the queen of fire. So that when that thing comes and I describe her and I describe that, it is so one thing is intellectually understanding it. One thing is emotionally, oh, I know Neelam, or at least now in the class I'm getting to know her. But the other thing is vibrationally, that she's bringing that vibration of that queen of sword, of wands, or fire, or queen of water, and that is becoming a part of our course, and that is becoming a part of us and our understanding. So we will need, so that is why there is a certain amount that is needed, and everyone's interpretation. Let's say we are doing astrology and I'm doing say 30 horoscopes, and sometimes, yes, we all have the same houses and all, it will add to, but in this we are all learning the same things. So there's a difference. There's a difference. If I had to do a money wisdom, I would have to listen to everyone's stories. This we are all learning, and there is an energy with every person. You will see that there is an thing. The energy will rise, and that Shakti will attract, and everyone's masters are also joining in. It will pivot in a different way for everyone. So yeah, nice.
Yeah, Mansi, she has one more question. She says that if she has zero knowledge, then how does she handle it? This question is of other people as well. If you can address this question as well.
Absolutely. So actually, the zero in tarot, because when I asked, actually the universe, when I asked it, like when I connected and I asked them how do they want me to conduct the session, and they were like, you just pick a tarot card and then you answer all the questions. For every question, a tarot card, and you just use that to answer. So since you have said the word zero, the word is coming to me is the zero card in tarot, which is known as the Fool. Now, if you have paid the cards, and if we have time, I'll share the story of playing cards and what Gurdjieff, the master of 20th century's disciple Ouspensky, said. But if you play cards, the joker can be anyone. Na? It can, in some games, it can be the lowest card. Some games, it can be the highest. Some games, it can change things completely. है ना? तो ये जो zero है ना, उसका जो महत्व amazing है. कि ये एकदम wild card है, and you are that zero. When you come with zero language, you become the zero. You're starting on your new journey, but you are also bringing all the other journeys you have had. So you may be a zero in tarot, but maybe you are a master in homeschooling. You're a master in teaching. You're a master in everything you will bring. And I welcome, and it creates this amazing mix when there are people of all levels, and everyone will go into the next level wherever they are from.
Mansi, I want to add something here. एक story था कि एक piano master को बोला कि मुझे piano सीखना है, मुझे पहले से आता है, तो he said 2000 रुपए लगेंगे. दूसरे ने बोला कि मुझे बिल्कुल नहीं आता, he said 500 रुपए लगेंगे. तो he said ऐसा क्यों? Because उसको अनलर्न करके लर्न करना है, तुमको स्ट्रेट लर्न. सो वी आर लाइक दोस पॉल्यूटेड वंस जो बाहर से सीख के आए हैं, हमें अनलर्न कराना पड़ेगा.
I will say that is an approach. So some unlearning will happen, but also some addition will happen. Yeah. So it is not like, so all the approaches are right. And I think one thing that people are asked, which tarot card? See, which tarot card, if you have a different tarot card, I'm going to use, I have written that I'm going to use 3, but I might bring in a lot of other references. So I'm going to be using Sacred India Tarot, the Rider-Waite, which a lot of other decks follow the symbolism of Rider-Waite. And then we have Osho Zen, but I will also be drawing on other things. If you have any other kind of tarot deck, you're welcome to bring. The thing with Archangel or Oracle tarot decks is not that we are going to go with the structure. But I will tell you that if you have angels and you have connected to them, then they will also come into the course. They will also, but they don't follow the same structure. But if you have a 78 deck card, that will get covered, and you will be able to read any deck. So yeah.
Great. So Mansi, we take a couple of more sharings here first. After that, we take questions. Jyotsna, your question is lined up. We'll take it just after 5 more minutes. So Sandhya, can we have you here? I mean, like, we would love to hear from your experiences about. Yeah, here we are.
Pranam Mansi. Lots of love to you. I am enjoying like this. I'm enjoying seeing you like this, the high priestess, that the role that you're playing here. And Dadu is coming to my mind so much. He would have been so proud. I mean, he is so proud seeing you like this. He is so proud. Many have shared, about their experiences with Mansi and her tarot. I also have had very deep experiences. And the one which I want to highlight today in this forum is how the mother in me gets guided with Mansi's tarot. So when my son Pratham, he was about, I think it was his 3rd or 4th year. He's now 8 years old. And there was some occasions, there were in that particular year, there were 3 occasions where Mansi drew out cards for him. And all 3 occasions, the card that came for my son was the Krishna and Arjun card, the Rohit Arya deck. And after that, when 3rd time it came, Mansi just told me that drop all your worries. See, Ma jiski bhi ho, Yashoda ki ma also use, Krishna ki ma.
Sandhya, you got muted. If you could unmute.
Krishna's mom also worried for him. Ram's mom also worried for him. So, she just told me that just drop all your worries for your child, because the same card coming thrice is an indication that he will get the right mentors, the right guidance, the right support that he needs. And when I observe my son's environment, when I observe his development, it is indeed true. Out of nowhere, people just turn up, and he's got the best of teachers so far. Whether it is academic, whether it is anything extracurricular, whatever his interest is, he gets the right person to give him that guidance. And uske baad se I have, for a mother to say this, ki maine apne bacche ki chinta chhod di, and I just enjoy my time. I don't live in that worry ki, what will happen, how will he grow, what kind of life he will have. Nahi aata. The moment Mansi said that, after that it is, all surrendered. It's just that I enjoy my time with my son so much, without any chinta, without any fear of the future. And I think that's a very liberating experience for a mother. And if that is the power of tarot that I have experienced, very specific for myself. Yes, a lot of occasions, but then this was something very specific. And Mansi, when we were discussing this launch of your course, in our group, it brought to my, in fact, Pratham brought it to my notice that Anna had bought a tin of cards, and he wanted to learn tarot, and he had kept this box with me, saying that when the time is right, I will learn. He will learn. When the time is right, he will learn. And this boy brings it to me. this boy brings it to me and says, is this the tarot that Mansi auntie is going to teach? Is this what, Anna wanted to learn? Let me see if I can just rotate my camera.
Sandhya, you can also introduce Anna because a lot of people wouldn't know him.
Yes, I will do that. So Anna is my mentor, my spiritual guide. So this is, Mansi, this is the book. This is the guide.
Yeah.
And
can I wait? I'll just spotlight you so I can see which deck it is. Okay. And yeah, it is illustrated. Now show me the other,
this is the book.
Card.
This is the book with it.
It is, yeah. So it is kind of based on Rider-Waite. Wow. It seems like a very, very Rider. It is based on Rider-Waite. It's not exact. It is, yeah.
So it was in this box. It was in this box. And Pratham brings it to me and says that, is this what, is this the tarot that Mansi Masi is going to teach? So I said, I don't know, son. I will show it to her and I'll see what's coming up. So for on Shivo's advice, Anna is my spiritual mentor. I met him when I was 13 years of age, and he left his physical body when I was 33. So 20 years, he literally brought me up like his own. And I whatever I am today, it is his deep learnings, the learnings that I have had from him. And he wanted to do a lot for humanity. When I indulged in Quanto Life, I recall that this is what he wanted. He would struggle for words like synthesis, imprints. He would struggle to specify those words. And we would spend, hours and hours discussing those ideas. And when I see that in Quanto Life, it's like my lower jaw drops many times, thinking that, this is what he wanted. This is what he wanted to express himself as. And destiny had some other plans. He left us. It's 7 years now that he's no more with us in physical form. I have never mourned him because I always feel that he is still with us. Yes, I do feel sad that, I don't get to run to him and I don't get to discuss. I miss our discussion sessions. I miss our learning sessions. But I think this is an indication, this tarot box coming out, and I remembering about it.
It's a blessing. I take it as a blessing.
I remember when he left it with me here in Mumbai, when he left the box with me, he said that I want to learn this. I want to find someone who can teach me this very well, and then we will learn it together. He was so sure about it. So please add my name.
I'm sure he's going to learn it together. He's going to learn it together, I'm sure.
Wow. Oh my God.
That's what he's indicating.
Oh my gosh.
And this is a great blessing for all of us, Mansi. This is a great blessing for all of us. Guidelines padho or tarot start karo doesn't happen, Pratham. It happens when Mansi auntie will start the class. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sandhya, and thank you so much, Mansi. There are a couple of questions here. Can we take before taking the next sharing?
Please.
Yeah. So Jyotsna has a question. Will I be able to practice a tarot card reader after the course? So she wants to become a professional tarot card reader is what I'm understanding from her question.
So Jyotsna, yes, but I will be very authentic. You will learn everything you need to know to be a professional tarot reader, but there is a huge importance for practice. So you will have to practice that. And we will have structures for that also, but you will learn everything you need to know. And not everyone here needs to be a tarot reader, but if you want to be, you will learn everything you need to know and more about how to interpret cards, how to do the spreads. And so does that answer the question, Neela?
Yeah. So the
Or
next
you can ask more in detail, like, but I think that is the what. I'll be very authentic. You need practice, because you will learn everything. Even in that practice, you will draw upon everything you've learned in the course. I'll be teaching everything. But I would say you would need that practice also.
So Mansi, there's
And
another question by Arya Sharma. The procedure of reading would be the same, be it any deck of cards. So I think you've already covered it many a times. It's going to be same. So just in case you want to add something here.
Yeah, it's going to be same, and every deck will have its own little bit of uniqueness, and usually that will also come in your reading. So most tarot decks out there are a variation of Rider-Waite, which we will be covering, but there will be subtle differences, and that uniqueness also will play into it. But I would say yes, you would be able to. You will be able to translate.
Yeah, so Richa is here. She's asking, can we have a trial run for this? So I'm not understanding, Richa. If you can just ask your question, what trial are you talking about here?
So Neelam, one more thing I want to share. So whoever are the participants, let's say they have a deck other than the 3 I'm using, then I will ask them to include that also. So, at periodic times, I'll ask them to show that. I'll see what is the difference. So I take that also into consideration. So what are the nuances? And after seeing a few cards, I'll get a sense of what it is about and how they can include that uniqueness also.
Yeah, so I'm understanding the question that she's asking for a trial class. So if you have any questions, or if you want, so trial class as in this is going to be a 9-day course, if I'm not mistaken. So are you saying, Richa, that you want to sit for a class on one day and then decide? I'm not getting your question. If you can just elaborate on this. So what trial class are we talking about here? Yeah. Richa, are you there with us? So Richa, so Mansi, do you want to address this question? She says that she wants to confirm it only after taking one class. So Richa, usually this is not something which is followed in the courses. If you have any questions or concerns, we would love to address it here itself.
Shiva, what do you say? See, normally I don't have any problems. People come and attend. There is when you are in a class, then it is a very intimate thing. There is a connection. There's a lot of sharing and all. So see, I by myself I am open to come and experience it for yourself. Shiva, I leave it to you. What is your
Mansi, can I add something here? Because we also do a lot of energy work here, Richa. So what happens is that when a group is formed and the people are there, even if one person moves here or there, the energies get diluted. So it might not affect you, but it will affect the people who are already there in the group. Their energies will get diluted because this is a very sacred energy work. So I would not suggest doing this. Having said that, in case you feel that you want to ask some question now, maybe Mansi can address it, or maybe you have some burning question inside. She can pick up a card for you and help you out here, rather than you deciding it later. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I completely forgot, Neelam, that people can share some of their conflicts. We have students here in the house, Manisha students. So feel free to share, and we'll pick 3 people, and we will do a reading for them, and we'll do it as a group also. So Shivu, you have any tippani for this?
Yeah, Mansi, we'll start as a whole group. Actually, we wouldn't want
Even I
to
feel,
change
because it is really
first.
energy, because your masters are coming, Richa. Like everyone's masters are coming. Like I was talking about masters. I didn't even know Sandhya is going to talk about Anna. I will share that this book, which is supposed to be an iconic book, one of the most scholarly iconic books by Angelus Arian, who was an anthropologist on tarot. When we moved, I lost that book. I didn't have it for 4 years. I asked my father, because I'd given him also a copy. he couldn't find it. I finally found it just last week when I was looking for some New Year decorations. And so it is very, I don't know. I think it is like, yeah, we will start with committed people. And we'll start with, people who are completely in. But yeah, that's a great idea, Neelam. I'll be happy to do that for her. Pick a card for her. And maybe we can even ask that whether she should do this course or not. And what will it bring her? We can even ask that. So whatever she wants. Yeah. Neelam, you're on mute, huh?
Yeah, so Richa, in case you want to ask any questions, so a free reading is available for you here. Good you asked this question. A bonus has come in. Yeah.
So yes, Neelam, what is... are there any questions?
Yeah, so Richa, you please come here and ask your question. If you can switch on your video, that would be great. That brings in the alignment of the energies also. And then you can put in your question. Yeah.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Richa.
I just wanted to know,
how do you know us, Richa? How do you know us?
I know you through Neelam only. Neelam is a good friend.
Oh, okay.
So I have no knowledge about tarot. It is the first time I'm getting to know about it. I'm doing an astrology course, so I wanted to get into this also. It has always been fascinating for me, the tarot thing. That's why I would like you to guide me, because it's a very new thing for me.
So I'm going to, the question I asked is that what is the tarot course going to be like for you? Okay. That's what I asked. Okay. And I got I would say my favorite card, not my favorite card, my favorite. And I think everyone knows who I'm going to say. So this is Ma Saraswati. She is the high priestess. I believe that. So Richa, can I see you again? So there are two things, okay? Are you here?
Yeah.
So I think everyone can join me, okay? So this is the high priestess. She's Ma Saraswati. She's basically a channel of wisdom, right? She's a channel of Vak, right? Every word we speak. And I think we have already mentioned Ma Saraswati and the high priestess several times. I think I said that for Mamta. I think Sandhya used that word. So that energy is flowing. So you are in a way already connected to even though you have not, if you look, you will feel connected to the course. And there is something in you that is saying. And I feel if Ma Saraswati has come, I feel that you are a lover of wisdom. You are always looking to, and you know what, your learning style is that you learn the books also, but you learn at the energy that comes through the books also. So there is books, and the books have words, and then there is the space between the words, and the energy is really flowing through there. True. And you're open to that also. You're open to what is not said, but it is there. So you have these two personalities, and I think that this will help you connect, because in the world is constantly telling you the words. The word is always telling you the book knowledge, all that. But you are like, no, I want to find out what is the meaning in the spaces between the words, and this will help you connect to that in every sphere of your life. And that is what the course is going to be for you.
Mansi, I just want to add something here. Whenever I have an extremely difficult case, I go back to Richa and I tell her, "Zara iski patri dekh ke batana kya karo?"
What is patri?
So this astrological chart, and also she'll look at it and she'll tell me some.
Is she an astrologer?
Yes, she is.
Oh, so Richa, then in that case, I should have, so in that case, see, even so Shiva is and I think the most enlightened astrologer. I think in once upon a time, the Rishi Munis, if they would be astrologers, they would also be enlightened. But now we have moved away from enlightenment and astrology. Like astrology is like become a predictive kind of thing and all. So it really lends itself and maybe Shivu can also say how it has helped him. But so astrology has this dashas, it has this very specific energy, the way energies of different planets, of different zodiacs, of different nakshatras are going to come together, what alchemy is going to form in a person's life. But the tarot is very much about the moment, because that in that moment there is a certain energy flow, and whether that is in alignment with the energy that you're seeing in astrology or not, and if it is not, what is blocking it? Is the past life of that person blocking? Is some other factors blocking? Is it that they are not seeing? Because sometimes people are not living their horoscope. They are not living the potential of the horoscope sometimes, and you're like, why? And tarot can answer that. And right now I'm obsessed with the astrology deck, and which is the oracle kind of deck, so it is not a deck that follows. And the card I got for you was Leo. I don't know how it pertains to you. And Shine. uh Maybe Neelam can explain better, but this is, as you know, this is the Leo. This is the Hierophant. But it's not the Hierophant, but usually the number 5 goes with the Hierophant or the master teacher. So I think that this course, another thing this course will do, I don't know what is the position of Leo and all in your chart, but I think that some of your talents are more inside. And I think that there's this play with energy, this play with Shakti, because you have the awareness, you have this, the play with Shakti is just going to bring them out and make you shine. That is one more way I see it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Mansi, how I'm able to relate with it is that she's very introvert. In spite of that, whenever we used to be in the class, she would be the first one to be knowing the answer, but not speaking about it. Yeah.
That is exactly what Ma Saraswati meets, because the high priestess in Osho Zen, this is called the inner voice. You know it inside, right? And what is the lion making? It's making a roar because that Shakti has gone to where it will come out. So this is how I see it. Yes, Neela. And then there are a few people who have done professional courses, like not professional, but they have used it more professionally, like Preeti, and then of course Mamta, but we have Preeti and we have Atan also in some ways who has integrated tarot.
So Mansi, Daljinder has said that she cannot speak, so she's written it. So I'll just read it out for you. I am very poor, Shero, but from whatever cards you've drawn for me on different occasions, mostly from Rohit Arya deck, the Varuna card has been an outstanding one recurrently. And it has always in some way or the other led me directly or indirectly towards Aditya. And one thing that has really impacted...
So I tell who's Aditya. Aditya is her son who passed away. So he was this amazingly bright, very high evolved soul. And then he went through many years of being completely not able to do anything and completely on life support, completely dependent on her. And then he passed away. And when I met Daljinder, this is what had happened. So when she says Aditya, this is connecting to Aditya in the soul world.
So sorry. Aditya, and one thing that has been that has really impacted me is Aditya through you, and all your guidance has been immensely divine. He has been the connection between you and me, as you too are aware of it. So finally I could accept Adi as my guide, and things have been better ever since. Love you so much, Daljinder. Virtual hugs to you.
So my friend Shilpa has written a private message. We've known each other from college days. Shilpa, Shilpa is this polymath who I don't even know. She has written for Times of India. She is extremely, like, I've just been following her achievements with awe. The part that she plays in Art of Living, and she is a huge influencer for people towards the divine. So Shilpa, mane lage che ki aje I saw that it's your parents' wedding anniversary, right? 55th?
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
Shilpa?
it is 50-50, yeah.
તો શિલ્પા કરી નાખીએ, આવી જાઓ.
કરો કંકોના.
તમે માં સરસ્વતી છોડને આવી જાઓ. તમે આઈ થિંક એ રીચા માટે કાર્ડ નીકળ્યું, તમારા માટે પણ છે.
Done. I will.
Okay.
In fact, I'm enjoying this conversation so much because I have known Mansi, and she has always been brilliant academically, and she was always. I mean, there is a side to Mansi. I don't know. You guys may not be privileged enough to know. There was this very sweet Mansi, adorable Mansi, and a lost Mansi, and I'm seeing her now, and there is so much of blossoming that has happened in her. So as a friend, I just cannot describe how happy I'm here to. I'm just listening to everyone talking about Mansi, and I cannot tell you how happy I am to hear that. And I in fact insisted Pranav also, he's my husband and our friend, to listen to what everybody has to say about Mansi.
I have been first-hand witness to this love story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Pranav. Hi, Hero.
Hi, how are you?
कैसे हो तुम दोनों? I am एकदम मजे में, बढ़िया.
I'm
First class.
I am enjoying the session. I am enjoying all the conversations and experience sharing. It is wonderful.
मुझे लगता है कि see, tarot has a way. It has many things, and I think Shilpa, it would be amazing to be a part of each other's lives even more deeper again. Because हम लोग एक दूसरे को फॉलो करते हैं, हम लोग एक दूसरे को फेसबुक पे फॉलो करते हैं, वाह करते हैं, but I feel the time has come, and I feel कि आज मम्मी डैडी ने ही भेजा है.
True, Tadhastu. I have always felt connected to you, whether I've been part of it formally or not. I have never felt different.
Always a well-wisher.
In fact, I'm trying to put him on the tarot too. I'm trying to convince him that learn. This is the time to
आ जाओ, साथ में आ जाओ. You know, see, it is 2022. It is a card of lovers, and if you look at the card of lovers, and it's one of marriage. So I think कि हम लोग ने नीलम के husband हेमंत को भी roping किया. I think you all be the next couple to come.
I am also trying to get someone else. I asked one of my friends also to join in. Hope she is here by the next time. But yeah, I'm trying to convince Pranav. I'm like, there is a different thing in life. We must
see, you do not want your wife to have the upper hand. I think you should learn too, so you can also receive guidance.
No, I really enjoy that. If she has a
successful marriage.
That is the secret. He says that publicly. What he does otherwise is quite different.
I know. Thank you so much.
Awesome conversations going on.
Thank you.
So Mansi, how do we go about it now? You want me to take questions because, or you want to do?
Are there any burning? I think Nitika wanted to share, and I think Preeti, Atan.
That's there, and then
some of them can share. I mean, if you all can share, if you want to share on the chat. If we don't,
actually, there is another question again from Parul Gupta that she wants to join and she wants to get her reading also done. If I'm understanding it.
It's okay. Can she share her conflict? Like what question she wants to ask? Like
so she can unmute herself and ask the question.
Yeah. And
बाथरूम की लाइट ऑफ हो गई ये काम कर बाथरूम की लाइट के लिए बोला मैंने.
So Neelam, can you ask some of the people that we know that if they want to share on the chat?
Sure. So Parul, you have
hi, good evening.
Hi Parul.
Good evening. I have just a few minutes back only I joined this the Zoom session. So I do not have any idea with regards to tarot.
So how do we know you, Parul? Neelam, one more person I wanted to take was like a student that Manisha will suggest. So please ask Manisha to give a suggestion.
She only Manisha the only. It was her group. She
Are
sent
you a
it
student?
in the group. So she sent it in the group. So I just put in.
So you're her friend, yeah?
Yeah, we were in a group of Ma Priyanshi. Yeah, so I have no idea with regards to this. So I am a little dicey whether I should join or not.
Okay.
Not one bit of idea. I don't know anything with regards to that.
So what drew you to this course? Like what drew you to attend today?
Just a little bit of inquisitiveness.
Okay.
Yes, I was a little inquisitive.
I think let me go to another. I think I'm feeling. Let me go to another deck. What is your spiritual this like? Do you Follow.
Sorry?
So are you following a spiritual path, or I was just wondering which deck should I? Okay, I think I have this deck. Okay, I'll ask you.
Yes, I do follow Osho.
Okay. So I will get Osho ji yahan hai. The Osho. Osho, I sometimes even ask that why certain masters will like want that particular color, and the answer that I got was that for this was that no one, and I think many of these insights I've gotten from Shiva also. But when I asked that why this particular color and this particular thing, it's because no one celebrated the feminine like Osho did.
Yes.
And the fragrance of the feminine like Osho did. And I felt that even his wish that in this life, maybe people didn't go so much into the psychic fields with him. They went, they were clearing out their subconscious and all. And this was his thing that, okay, this is the next step, that psychic, getting into psychic fields. And that is what happened with Osho's Zen Tarot. In fact, I have to say that when I got this, I was so stunned for 2 days. I could not. I was like, it was like, one thing was like a revelation. Like I was in love with those cards, and I even tracked down the person who made these cards, and she lives in Arizona. She was a and I told my husband, we were recently married, I said we have to track her down in Arizona and have a painting. So let me ask what this course will bring to you. Okay. So you know what, Parul, sometimes what happens, so this is a card of where you see this is something that Osho was very interested in. So you see this card, and everyone is welcome to interpret. Okay, so this is the 7 of air. Okay, and it says politics. Okay, and one of the things Osho did, he would remove the nakab on everyone. Ki tumhara ye mask hai, right? Usko nikalo, hai na? And sometimes what happens, no, Parul, you are sometimes you can see through people's masks, but sometimes you can't see through people's masks. And through the situation, sometimes it's masked, and this will help you get the guidance on how to uncover these kind of masks. Your own masks, people around you, situations that are masked. And when there is a mask situation, we don't know how to do, because somewhere we know that something is not coming right. This person is saying it's not right, but she's saying it. I trust her. So you have this kind of confusion and you need guidance. So this is what this tarot. And I think if you get the Osho Zen, he will come and talk to you through this, because she has personally made all these cards sitting in his company. So he will shine through. So this will deepen your connection to Osho also. And it will help you go into the psychic fields and remove those masks and work through people's subconscious. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Most welcome.
Mansi, may I say something?
Haan, boli.
I asked Osho what Parul will get from this course, and my card is patience. And Osho is saying that she will nurture herself after learning the Osho that tarot card also. So the same, you are sitting there, I am sitting here, and we both have the positive info message.
And they both are 7. The both are 7, and 7 is the is a card of the is the card of no. That is the 7 of earth. Is the card of patience, because the master will also teach you that. But 7 is the vibration of a chariot, of a mentor leading you. It is of a Sarthi. It is of Krishna leading you to the battlefield. Okay, so all the 7s will have some kind of what does the master want you to learn.
So good news for Parul.
So this is, I got 7 of air and you got 7 of earth. Okay. Yes, Neelam, please guide. Shivu, if you also want to share how do we go ahead?
Also, 1 second, sorry to interrupt, Parul again. Like 9 to 11 would be your session. If at all, I have 2 young kids. My one is 1 year and another one is 3.5. So like, if at all I'm not able to attend, so what happens?
Very good question. All the sessions will be recorded and the recordings will be available the next day.
And
so you can, and you can have it for perpetuity. So we will just have the, you will have the recording. So you can go back and you can listen to it if you missed something.
That's what I understand. But then what happens when I have some doubts and all? So I can ask in the next session, right?
Yeah, you can ask in the next session. We'll also create a special WhatsApp group of just the participants. So you all can
Okay.
keep asking questions in that.
Okay, and then like totally completely a newcomer, and such many of them are like experienced in the group, if at all. So what happens? I mean,
नहीं, मैंने ये question answer किया था ना अबनास के लिए, तो it is really, I mean, even when I started reading the very first card I picked up, and I didn't even know the word tarot. So it is not necessary, and you will bring your expertise, you will bring your own understanding of Osho when you study Osho Zen. So you're not starting from zero. You are starting from zero, but you also, zero can go either way, in the beginning or the end.
and then we need to have cards, right? So what cards and all?
You don't need to. It would be preferable. So I have put 3 decks that if you're connected, if you have any card deck, please go with it. We will involve it in.
There's nothing because I told her
No, I'm
there's
just
no more.
addressing everyone. So if
All
you
right.
have, just go for it. If you don't, I would suggest for you Osho Zen, because you're so connected to Osho. So I would suggest that start with there. But it's not necessary to have it if you're going to buy it anyway, order it. But it's not necessary to have it in the cards. It is for you to practice afterwards. But if you have, it's good. If you have, it will be. Otherwise, I'll be using my cards and I'll pick for you and you can interpret,
All right. Thank you.
So Mansi, how do we go about it now? Like if you can guide us?
Should we, because I know there are many people, I know we're getting late. There are many people who would like to share, and I'm so grateful that they are ready to share what it means to them.
Sorry,
Shivu,
Mansi,
what do you suggest? Yeah.
Mansi, Arya is asking that she is a student, how she can join this course.
What do you mean, how?
That is, whether she can read, it is fruitful for her, that tarot reading.
Yeah, can she come? Arya is your
are you
student.
there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Arya.
Hi, Arya. Can I see you, beta?
My camera doesn't work with the laptop.
Okay,
It's very bad.
So Manisha, you know her? This is your student? Or...
No, my mother attends your classes, Jyoti Sharma.
Okay. Yeah, hi Arya. So what is your question?
I just asked that it will be not as like I know it will be fruitful for me.
Okay. Okay. So you know what? So I feel so Arya, how old are you?
I'm 17.
Okay. So I feel that I feel so now you have to the card I have for you is Queen of Air. Okay, the Queen of Air. Now what happens, right? Sometimes there is you're a new generation, you are the fresh consciousness, and there is the tucker between the old consciousness. The old consciousness will keep on preaching their own morals, which is what was relevant in those times with you. And sometimes when that happens, though, you don't know how to navigate that. Does this happen to you, Arya?
Does that mean that I'm confused in between?
No. It doesn't mean you're confused. See, we all have that. No? See, you're coming from a new generation. It's a new question. It's a new way of looking at life, right? There is a,
of course.
Like and there will always be a clash. We always have a conflict everywhere. But in this clash, sometimes you are not able to communicate your truths. Okay, you're not able to be authentic because on one side, this is what society is saying. This is what the traditional world is saying. And I feel what it will do is it will help you become, it will guide you on how to become more articulate, how to convince, how to persuade people, how to see their point of view and then understand that and then approach them and, make your point. So I think that is benefit.
This is also the conflict. Almost all the young people face. So she can also guide everyone.
Yes. Once she gets that, because you see this card, do you see how close this person's had? See, this is how morality is. Sometimes this is how tradition, sometimes this is how we ancient dinosaurs are. We're very closed. Hands closed. This is aisa hi hona chahiye, waisa hi hona chahiye. But it is no longer relevant. And sometimes the young generation doesn't know how to communicate where they're coming from. And they come across as rebels, which is great. You can be a rebel. But they don't know how to get their point across. And this course will help you find your voice and express that completely, authentically, in the very empowered way. So Arya, can you relate to that?
Please add my name to the list of the participants joining.
Oh, thank you so much, Arya. I'm honored.
Thank you. I am honored to attend the class.
Oh. So I am actually answering. So I see so many messages. Can you be my so if you're given me a private message, I don't know, because there's so many messages. Neelam, can you anything else I need to look at?
I think so Mansi, I think it's all sharing only.
A private message actually.
Because there are so many. I'm just like there are just like many. So
So it's more about the sharing. Preeti has shared, Nitika has shared. So just for people to read, because we're falling short of time, so people can read it themselves.
Yeah, and I will be available on the guest group also, so you all can ask some of the things there also. I think Abhayji is telling me he has to go soon. So thank you so much for joining in. Abhayji, would you like a card if you're still here? I don't know if you've left already. I would be honored. Is Abhay here? Neelam?
No, I think he's gone. If I'm not.
Mansi, Abhay is joining the course. I had invited him. So he said yes. Okay, I'll make it.
Wow. No, he came in today. You mean like this session or the course?
No, joining the course. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Guys, this is a bonus treat. I told you that everyone joining the class is a master. Okay. And I'm not kidding. We have Shivo. We have, we have so many. So I'm so grateful.
You did not tell about Abhay that he has worked with A.R. Rahman and they have
he has
a music album together.
Yeah, he's worked with it. He also gave the music for Vinod Chopra's Shikar. The thing is, Shikars and the COVID hit together actually the screens and live. But this was the Vinod Chopra's. So yeah, and he recently, I just saw on Insta that recently, like 2-3 days ago, he was with A.R. Rahman and they were recording. So, oh my God, this is going to be so amazing. I'm excited. So Abnaz has a question. Neelam, please guide me. What are the questions?
She's raised her hand, so she wants to ask a question.
Thank you, Mansi, for this lovely evening. I liked what Sandhya showed, the tin tarot thing, okay, and she's put it up on the group. So when I'm Google searching it, it's showing me some mini cards, like they've written mini cards. So is it okay to pick those up, or these cards have to be of a particular size?
See, it's all up to you. And go with the cards you connect with. Like I know Durga has gotten some light
pack.
Yeah. I have also gotten crazy. So I'm going to blame her if I buy it. So it's all on her. So yeah, even I had a mini of tarot card because when I used to be in Virginia, before Ishan was born, and I had this mathematics professor, and all these people would come and teach me alchemy, and they would also get readings from me. And he would tell me, no, tarot. Once I had a tiny purse, and he was like, "Where's your tarot card? I want a reading." And I was saying, "No, I don't have my cards today." So he said that, if you are doing tarot, then it has to follow you. So I got a little mini. Even I have a little mini one. And I don't know if I got it down, but I have a little.
And you've yet not revealed your secret, huh? How many decks you have?
Oh, see, you see that?
I don't know now. This is what reviews were saying, mini cards. So I was trying to understand what that is.
So this is
Mansi,
mini.
I
I
want
have
to be the bad one here. I want to be the bad one here. I am saying
yeah.
that
Okay,
these questions can be done in the group also. If there is very important question which will benefit everyone, I would like you people to ask that question. Otherwise, maybe in the group you can ask these questions. Yeah, so Suchismita, so in case you have any burning question, please ask.
Hi Neelam, I do.
Hi.
Okay. Hi
अरे
Mansi.
तुम आ गई. Hi Suchi. तुम्हारी friend जया थी यहाँ पे.
है अभी भी है. कब से हाथ उठा रही हूँ, कब से मैसेज कर रही हूँ, आपने देखा
अरे
नहीं था.
सॉरी, नहीं मैंने ना, क्योंकि बहुत मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं तो मैं पीएम में नहीं देख पा रही हूँ. I'm just given it to Neelam.
कोई बात नहीं. Thank you so much, Neelam. I'll be very quick with my question. My question is, if you can do a reading for me, I want to know how this course will take me to the next level of spirituality.
ठीक है. And Manisha, I definitely want to do one for your students. So please, yeah, can you pick one if they are still there? Which deck should I use? चलो मैं Rider Waite use कर देती हूँ. Okay. So, okay, so this is the 7 of Earth, which Manisha had picked, okay, but this is in Rider Waite. जो उसने patience बोल रही थी ना, तुम्हारा क्या है ना सुची, तुमने बहुत कुछ harvest, तुमने बहुत कुछ sow किया हुआ है life में. You have sowed the seeds, you have learned so many things. तुम भंडार हो, तुमने इतने सारे अलग अलग seeds दिए हैं, तुम उसको nurture कर रही हो, तुम सोच रही हो कि यार ये sprout कब होंगे? You know, so there are like so many seeds. See, you see this? It's like कि मैंने सब कुछ किया, because see, what will the farmer do? उसने best seeds लेके आएगा, you know, the best learning, nurturing it, applying itself, working hard, and then what? Then तो it is left ना, पानी भी देगा, सब कुछ देगा. Then it is left, and I think what this course is going to do is take you the next step from this. कि when things start sprouting in your life, they start manifesting, because the Shakti, as I said, you know, the Shakti is there and the awareness will be provided. You know, Shiva is there, there will be awareness. There is quantum vibration field, there will be awareness. But that Shakti, the Shakti to manifest, I think that is what you are here right now. Right? And you are like, ye kab hone wala hai? This is what is yours. Okay.
This was like bang on, absolutely the thing I had on my mind. Absolutely. Verbatim.
Love you, Suchi. I really hope it is like this for, you know, it seeds a miracle for all of you. Every single card is going to come and bless us. And,
Thank you.
You know, when we did the major arcana about maybe 3 years ago, we did 4 years ago, we studied the major arcana as a group, and every time, every deva or every card would come and bless us, and everyone would experience it. Even I didn't know such a thing happened. 25, 30 people would experience that card in their life in that one day. And only then we could, sometimes it would take 1.5 days, and only then we could move on. So thank you, Suchi. If you have put it on your private messages, sorry, I may not be able to get to it. Please put. Thank you, Philomena, for joining in. Yeah. Gratitude to you.
Mansi, Sheetal also wants a personal reading, so maybe later or now. How do you want to do it?
I will do one quickly, okay?
Yeah. So Sheetal, you want to be specific about your question?
I have to keep my tarot designer happy, Neelam.
Yeah, sure. That's the reason I asked you.
And there are many people are going to. So what are we asking, Sheetal?
Sheetal, are you there? You can ask your specific question.
Yeah, so this is the Gaian Tarot. This is called the Gaian Tarot, and I actually have a tarot deck which is also called herbs. It's a herb crafted tarot which has tulsi and which has all the different herbs and plants and of America, and this is a tarot deck based on that. But I followed her work for 9 years and we interacted. This is one of the, it's out of print now, but they're trying to get it back. But it was the most popular deck when it released. Yes, Sheetal, please go on.
Yeah, like I am going through a phase कि मतलब बहुत कुछ सही नहीं हो रहा है, and like whatever I'm trying to do right, it's not happening. So what's the outcome of this? Like मतलब ये सब, will it be good or what's going to happen?
So guys, please join me in interpreting what does the energy of this card say. What is this card? What is the energy? Can I have one word from everyone here?
शेर भी शांत हो गया.
Healing.
Durga ji.
Healing. Okay. What else are you feeling? Look at the colors. Look at everything.
Durga
This
ji.
is
मानसी शेर शांत हो गया.
शेर शांत हो गया. Okay.
शेर भी शांत हो गया.
शेर शांत हो गया. Okay. Look, that is anyone else?
Mother nature. Mother nature.
Protective.
The strength is yeah. Okay, sorry.
नहीं बोलो नीलम. And all levels, whether you have never seen it or you are an expert, most welcome. Please share.
So the person has got such a divine power, and at the same time such a strength inside her that even powerful people are getting associated with her, and that too in a very cool and a calm way.
Absolutely. Amazing. Anyone else? It's open to all at every level.
मुझे दुर्गा जी दिख रही है.
हाँ, absolutely. क्योंकि वही है actually. जब I mean Secret India card में ये card में दुर्गा जी है, तो आपने
उसके पीछे there is a divine guidance behind her, but she need to look back.
Yes, very good, Atin. Excellent. Anyone else?
मुझे ज्यादा क्लियर नहीं दिख रहा है, but she should balance her emotion. ऐसा कुछ है, water है, कुछ है, मतलब मुझे actually
नहीं water नहीं है. Sorry, clear नहीं दिख रहा है क्या? Clear नहीं दिख रहा है क्या?
Yeah, now much better. Light था.
अच्छा light था क्या? Sorry.
हाँ light था.
Okay.
Can I speak?
हाँ, yes, Richa.
Yeah, I think it is like she is the divine angel who can tame the demons.
Very good, Richa. See, who will tell you don't know tarot?
Mansi, it also has an infinity sign over it, which itself
good catch. Yes.
Which points to us a big infinity is like vast.
Yes, and, it is infinite. Absolutely.
And the girls is signifying patience, and the cat is signifying. So the cat represent many things. One is the secretiveness. The other is the strength also. And the cat belongs to a lion's family. So probably lion belong to a cat's family. So they all are like tapping onto the opportunity as it comes. Like सामने शिकार है, अब मैं ले लूंगा. So they don't need to go. They don't plan it up. They just get it up at the right time. And yes, that's my interpretation.
Excellent. Anyone else wants to share?
Mansi, to me,
yeah,
to me, this is appearing as the protective force of motherhood to protect the loved ones in a very strong and bound way. वो जो आसपास खींचते हैं ना, लक्ष्मण रेखा टाइप की, इसके बाहर ना जाए. My loved ones shouldn't get hurt. That love and protection together.
Okay, excellent. Anyone else?
I think it
Ashish,
means
yes.
Yeah,
yes, Ashish.
I think it means she has all the strength. It's just that she needs to come out of her comfort zone.
Very good, Ashish. So you know what? If there are no more, I'll also add my inputs. But if there are any more, clear.
Color yellow shows a lot of knowledge, also wisdom. Jupiter energy is there.
Yes. See, astrology, everything you know will become a part of this. Okay. So Sheetal, what everyone said is right. I'll add a little bit of how I see it. So one thing is okay, can this person take on the lion with her strength? Can she take on, like, just by physically fighting, can she take a lion on? By physical fighting? No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Mental, maybe.
Mental strength. Yeah.
Maybe. Because mentally also, okay, I'll be very strong and I'll be this. But if the lion decides to attack her, maybe she'll find a strategy कि मैं झाड़ पे चढ़ती हूँ, ये करती हूँ, right? Her real strength, how can she, why is this lion sitting like a pussycat? उसने तो शिकार भी नहीं किया है, उसने तो अस्त्र भी नहीं यूज किया, कैसे वो pussycat की तरह बैठा है? Because she is connecting to the divine, she is connected to that infinite. और शीतल, तुम जो तुम्हारे प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने की जो कर रही हो ना, तुम वो मेंटली कर रही हो, तुम वो फिजिकली कर रही हो, वो जो वर्ल्डली नॉलेज आती है वहां से कर रही हो, तुम्हारी अकल इंटेलिजेंस लगा रही हो, तुम्हारा नॉलेज लगा रही हो, बट इट इज नॉट कंप्लीटली वर्किंग बिकॉज दैट सिचुएशन इज अ शेयर. It is showing it is more powerful. That's why it's not working. You have to connect to the divine. You have to connect to that infinity. You have to connect. And this is the Durga card. Durga card is, she is just a vessel, okay, in which everyone is pouring their energy. तो तुम्हारा जो अभी मिसिंग है ना, मिसिंग है कि तुमने ये लेवल पे तुमने सब कुछ ट्राई किया है, पर तुमको अभी नेक्स्ट लेवल पे ही जाना है. तुमको वो डिवाइन कनेक्शन और वहां से तुम्हारे लाइफ में सिंक्रोनिसिटी. क्या ये सब ना? so शीतल, you got it. तो अभी तुमको ना, अभी तुम्हारा ये स्टेप है, तुम्हारी अभी जर्नी तैयार हो रही है. You have to now, you have done with whatever you have tried to solve those problems, they're not working. और जो भी वर्क करना था वो कर लिया. Okay, and there is this thing that what got you here will not get you there. So all these, to come here, you've used everything you have. Now to go there, where that circumstances now, that lion is become like a pet, right? There is, and it's not even pet. There's a harmony happening here with the circumstances. But that you will now have to start connecting to.
Mansi, does it also mean surrender?
It does. It does in a way. Yes, it does mean surrender. It does mean surrender. And see, there is Ma Durga is a vessel for all the Shaktis that are way greater than her. And usually when this is also the Quanto Life card. We call this a Quanto Life card, the Ma Durga card, because Shiva's birthday is also on Durgashtami, and we have the principles of that also in Quanto Life. But if we can really absorb this, and Osho Zen, I have one of my favorite cards, which is, there is a flower that is bursting out from a concrete. यानी इतना difficult है, इतना concrete kind of situation है, उसमें से भी एक इतना fragile flower has broken through it. So that fragility, that vulnerability, that connection to the divine is the strength, and that is what you need to bring in the situation. ठीक है शीतल? Got it. Okay.
Thank you, Mansi. Thank you.
Okay. So Shiva, what do we do next? Should we conclude with the energies of this card and going into, I feel and just going into Shavasana, or how do we do it?
As you wish, Mansi.
Yeah, we'll conclude now. So how does everyone feel? Do you all want to do a very quick invocation? Maybe don't come back, but we'll just go into Shavasana and the meeting will close. Do you all want to do that? Or Neelam, any suggestions?
Yes, Mansi, this is a perfect idea. We can take a general card for everyone, check the energy.
Yes, and we will go into, okay. So this is a card. Now everyone has their own questions. Everyone has the, so I'm going to pick a card which is relevant for everyone, because you all have a certain energy that you have come with today. And I'm going to go with the Rohit Arya deck. Okay. I'm going to pick a card and see which Deva Devi wants to bless. We will go into Shavasana and the meeting will end. Okay. And you all can be in Shavasana for some time. We'll have a quick, so, okay, guys. Please connect to the tarot deck. So that, take a moment, close your eyes. If there's a question you can ask. If there is no question coming, you can just be with what does the universe want you to know today. Wow. Oh my gosh. So this is, okay, I'm sorry with the light. So you know what? This is the Eight of Pentacles. And it is a card of internship, of apprenticeship, of learning. And this is Ungulimar, whom Buddha transformed. So this is a card of transformation. It is a card of, we are all like, because of some reasons, we got into the wrong way, right? And because of that, we have a problem. If we have a problem somewhere, we have done something wrong, sorry about that. Okay. So what we are going to do is, I'm going to lead you into an invocation of earth, of the energy of 8. Even the Ma Durga card was number 8. And in some decks, it's number 11. But I'm going to guide you into the earth element. And this is a card of apprenticeship with a master, whoever is our master in life. Okay. And learning from him. It could be Sri Ravi Shankar. It could be Osho. It could be Shivo. It could be anyone. It could be a Deva. It could be Buddha. Okay. So we will connect to our master and we will directly learn what we need to from him. Does this sound good? Yeah. Everyone ready? It will be a short, like about 10 minutes, I think, and we'll end the meeting. So everyone good, guys? Give me a thumbs up or something that you are there. Thank you, Neelam. Okay, Shishmita, just give me some indication. Okay. Thank you, Nitika. Thank you, Shilpa. Thank you. Thank you, Preeti. Thank you, Sunita. Thank you. Thank you, Suchi. This is all like energy. So thank you. So, okay, so please get seated in a comfortable position. And if you want, just clear some space around you. So you can directly go to Shavasana. You can also relax in a chair or wherever you are. But if you want, just make the things empty. So I don't do invocations with, I have done with Deva Devis, but I'm getting a different kind of invocation today. So we'll go with that. So close your eyes. And feel the breath entering your body. Just observe that. Observe how does your body feel in this moment. The body is what is grounding your soul in this time. If without opening your eyes, you can connect your hands to the ground or to the bed or to the chair or your legs, please do so. The card is earth, so let us just connect to the earth. Wherever you're sitting, that is still connecting to the earth, so just connect to the closest point. Tune into your body. Are you able to feel the parts of your body? Your head, your shoulders, your neck, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, shoulders, arms, chest, belly, genitals, legs, all the way to your toes. Feel your back. If there is any part of the body that you can't feel, observe that. Feel the earth that you're sitting on and the surroundings. Your body is your resource. The place you're sitting is a resource. Feel your breath entering from one hand from the earth, going through your body, maybe from your arms or your legs. It's going to your body and coming out through the other leg or hand. Your whole body is getting grounded. And now call upon your masters. The master can be in physical body or in the soul. It can be a deva, it can be a prophet, it can be anyone that you consider divine. And invite them to be in this session. I will give you a moment to call on them. You can keep your palms open now to receive their blessings and their presence. Their vibration can enter through your crown, through any pore of your body, through your hands. And in their benevolence, they are blessing all of us, not just who called upon them. I will invoke Quanto because that is my Guru field. Quanto, Quanto. And now I want you to think about any conflict you might be going through. It can be about anything you want to learn, any longing you have to learn, to make something better. So take a moment and think about what it is. What do you want to share with your master today? And as you share that, go into the incidences related to that. And whatever you will observe, the master energy will follow you there. So please go very deep into the conflict or what you want to learn or which situation you want the guidance. Go into the details of that incident. Who was there? What was being said? What did you do? What did others do? Do you see any mistakes you have made in this situation? If you see them, bring that into awareness or ask your master to show them to you. Feel this incident, this situation in your body. Where do you feel it and how does it feel? This is the card of apprenticeship. Your master wants to take you deeper into apprenticeship, deeper into discipleship. I request everyone to start going into Shavasana, to relax themselves. Because that is where the master is going to work with you. And we completely relax when we have fallen asleep. So this process will keep going even when you're asleep. And your master might continue guiding you and giving you signs for the next 48 hours. So please go into Shavasana. I feel a lot of grounding is happening in you all. The process is happening, the chaotic Shaktis, patterns are getting grounded, going into the earth. So please go into Shavasana now. And thank you so much for joining. It was an honor and privilege to have you. And as I am concluding this, I feel that the card is also for the class, because while I will be the channel teaching you, it is really your masters through me who are going to teach you. This whole course is of going deeper into internship, of apprenticeship with the master. The meeting will end now.